Hello, LEGO fans! Welcome to the Solbrick Show with me, Solbrick, and my co-host Benny, who's some sort of a fish.
Hi, nerds! In today's video, we will be building an American diner with an apartment on top of it.
Yeah, thank you, Benny, for that introduction to this video we are shooting today. So, if we have the harbor area over here where Benny resides, we will have the diner up here in what I call the downtown area of Shrimp City. Down here we have previously made Little Italy district, but now we are turning our focus to the downtown area, which will be based mostly on Spider-Man sets. We have the coming Daily Bugle that I really want for this area because media is cool and whatever. But this empty lot here is where the diner will be placed. And the diner is based on this Lego Friends set that I have, but I've modified a bit to fit in between here because I don't really want to have that drive-through area on the side there. I just want to have it compact in between houses here. So that had to go away. Alright, so now the diner looks like this, and I added this plate on the bottom here for it to stand on so that it gets one plate higher than the road actually. So I really like the original design by Lego here, and I kept most of it. As I said, I removed the siding here and I put in this wall here instead that we are going to look at. Fun little thing here is that we have the wanted poster there and the cat is on top of the roof there. Let's take a look on the inside. Some people say that the inside is what matters, and that's why my dating life was always a mess, because I have a terrible inside. And together with the terrible looks, that's not a winning concept. God damn it, coffee! But what have I done in here? I haven't really done a lot, but I added the walls here on the side that will support the next floors. Put in the record up there and a menu just to make it a bit cozy. We have a kid here playing the arcade machine. And the original set didn't have any place or space to make the food, so I made this little area here where you can fry your fries back there, and you have the oven and the stove there, and some ketchup and mustard, and the menu that was on the outside is now on the inside to make that a little bit more nice. So when you stand over here, want to order, you can look up there and see what's available. Now for the apartment section, I went on Google Street View and the Bronx in New York City and looked at a lot of streets and kind of like figured out that I'm going to base this on this older Spider-Man set from Lego instead, because New York don't look like New York, it looks in my brain, because I only know about New York from movies and comic books. So this is the design. From the beginning I had this sort of design for the whole width of the building, but it didn't look to scale to the rest of the building, so I kind of like tricking the eye here with this smaller building on the side. But at the end it's actually just the same apartment. And if you've been following this channel for a couple of years, you know that I like to make tiny apartments that are really compact. So this is just 4 studs deep, super tight. And the reason why it's tight is not like a goal by itself. It's just that this is the limited space I have, because here's the road in my city, and then I have the wall of my house here that is still not going to knock out. I know a lot of people want me to knock out that wall, but it would be super cold here because there's something called the outside of the wall that I don't want to have on the inside of my house. Now, if you take a look at the inside of this apartment, this is the first floor, so it's divided into 2 floors. We have a living room area here with, well, you can see here, it's an aquarium, a bit of an homage to Shrimp City and Benny. That could be Benny's brother Lenny in there.
Hi, nerds! I'm Lenny, and I'm a printed sticker fish.
Hi Lenny, nice to meet you. And we have Ulla-Britta in here just enjoying her screen-free time. Of course, as you can see, we have a kitchen here, coffee maker, sink, stove, fridge, freezer. I think that looks nice. And then here is the little eating area and a collection of coffee mugs. So this video is improvised and not scripted, because I usually script my videos. I'm not a native English speaker, but I've been getting some criticism from new viewers that they don't understand my sense of humor. And I tend to joke more when I write scripts because it's difficult to improvise jokes. So here we have the floor on top of it. So now we're starting to get the feeling of how this set is actually going to look, or this build. And then we have the final floor here. And for me, these kind of square buildings that are quite simple, if you look at it, I try to add some more interest to them with detailing, like these air conditioning units, which was also something that I actually saw on Google Street View, that people tend to have their own heating system for like each and every apartment. No central heating, I suppose. I don't really know why that is. Maybe it's an American culture thing where everyone should fight for themselves. Seems a bit wasteful, but anyway, it makes cool detailing on pretty plain buildings nevertheless. I think the most important design feature on these kind of buildings are the roof and how you detail those. It's a bit like a crown on a king or something. And you can see that, yeah, pretty simple roofs, but I feel like these sort of water barrel things that are on the rooftops in New York are really important to get that feel. Let's have a look on the inside. So inside we have this very important room called the toilet with a sink. Mayday, mayday, we are sinking. And for some reason I put in a door here because you might want some privacy when you're doing the bad stuff in there. Mirror on the side. And then we have the bedroom, which is quite large. We have a TV on a swivel arm here. Of course, some art on the wall, and I made this over-engineered kind of lamp over there. I pretty much decided to not improvise videos for this season of the Solbrick show, but sometimes it just feels good to have a more of a natural talk with you guys. And I see a lot of other channels, like one of my favorite, Robin Hood Bricks. He can just like talk freely for 40 minutes. Kind of envious on that because, well, he's a native English speaker. I'm not, so it's more difficult for me. I have to attach this off camera. I'll get back to you in a second. Man, this is exhausting, but by the magic of editing, it's now complete. And I think that looks really cool on its own. Imagine this being a Lego modular. Yeah, it could be more extensive and have a real plain back or something. But this is open on the back because this will be facing the real world wall I have, so no need for a back. And I really like this kind of aesthetics when you have like a dollhouse style of a building. And I do understand the irony of me not wanting to remove my real world wall in my house, and then I make something that looks like this. I could have like this in my real life if I wanted to. But with that said, let's pop this in its place. I think that looks rather smart. Of course, these buildings might be a bit temporary. I still want to keep them in some capacity. Would be cool to buy another one of Peter Parker's apartment building, just to raise that a bit. Yeah, that looks really nice over there. It really fits in with the rest of the scale. But yeah, I'm super happy with the outcome of this diner. It looks very American, very nice. I like it. With that said, stay away from the nonsense, stay awesome, and please subscribe.